VRGL Got Game, the podcast that takes you on a journey into the world of virtual reality Girls League. In the VR and gaming industries, we'll be showcasing the amazing talent and achievements of those in gaming. From esports champions to game developers and streamers, we'll be speaking with inspirational people who are shaping the gaming landscape. Whether you're a hardcore gamer or just curious about the world of gaming, VRGL Got Game is the podcast for you. Let's get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled, fantastic evening here at VRGL Got Game. I am Jeepgirlz, and welcome. This is going to be a super fun night. LollyBee is here with me in the house as my co-host. Hello, LollyBee.
Hey, Jeepsy, it's so good to be here. I am on your Twitch channel, and I see the players that are there. I'm so excited, so stoked about this.
It's going to be a great one. Lots of fun going on tonight. Hotbox Baby, see you there. Hello, my friend. Speaking of Hotbox Baby, they happen to share a mutual friend here that is our guest this evening. It is Queen Madi Love. Hello, my friend.
Hey, Jeep. Hey, Lolly. How's it going tonight?
Fantastic. We are so glad that you are joining us tonight.
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be so much fun. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I'm not sure why they haven't readied up. We are going to let them play there in the background, though, while we have this fantastic match and this great podcast. Lots of fun going on this evening. And, you know, we're here to discuss, of course, VR and virtual reality, right? So, Queen Madi, I'd like to just go ahead and get started by saying, how did you get involved in VR?
Oh, man. So it was the Christmas of 2020. So we had all just went through a year of lockdown. And my friend's son was gifted an Oculus Quest 2 for Christmas. Like, what a cool gift to give, you know, a 14-year-old kid. And he was so excited. We were always spending time together playing games. And so he comes upstairs, Madi, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. And I was like, all right, cool. So he puts me in the first steps. I know you guys have probably checked that out, right? And it absolutely blew my mind. I was expecting something similar to like PSVR, which really didn't, get me that excited, and it changed my life. Like I was so excited to jump into this. I spent $700, got me and my wonderful husband Jada both headsets, and that was really the beginning of it for us.
That's awesome. So a 14-year-old is the cause of this, what is it, 5 seasons later of Cookie Commanders? We can blame the 14-year-olds, correct?
Correct. He was actually on the original roster. His username is Santa Claus.
Oh,
that is
okay.
awesome.
That's amazing. Now, I have a quick question for you related to that. Obviously, how did you guys come up with the name and the whole concept behind the Cookie Commanders?
So we had a group chat. We set up a group chat. It was me, Jada, Santa, and Piano Man. And we were all talking about cool names. And I don't remember how the cookies got brought up, but I was like, Cookie Bosses, the Cookie Squadron. And then it hit me, and I was like, Cookie Commanders. And they kept coming up with these other silly names, like things that didn't relate to cookies. And maybe I was eating some cookies at the time. I had just baked some cookies. I love cookies. And so I just typed it out letter by letter, where those annoying people who send you like a sentence at a time in multiple text messages. Well, I did that letter by letter and spelled out Cookie Commanders in all caps, individual letter at a time, until finally I got them to agree.
Nice.
But immediately after they agreed, I was like, I already have a theme song. I took a picture of one of my Cookie Monster shirts and was like, look, this could be our logo. And
That's amazing. Now, have you guys always been into gaming?
So I never really was big into gaming. When I was a kid, I played a lot of Nintendo and GameCube. But I spent a lot of years of my life without a TV, even by choice.
Mhm.
And so when I got with JDub, I he had this huge TV in his living room and all these gaming consoles, and I was like, lame. Well, he changed my mind.
So you started gaming together, and then slowly transitioned to you fast forward to virtual reality, which is wild. And you guys still play together. You've been on the same team together for um, the entire time, which is really really cool.
Yeah, we are co-founders. Previous to this, he got me addicted to Borderlands, and after we got our VR headsets, my Xbox is very dusty.
Rightfully so. So tell me about this. I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly about gaming with, because there's a lot of competition, gaming with your spouse or your
Oh,
significant other or your partner. We want to hear all about it.
Oh boy. Well, first off, I'm gonna say, not because I know he's gonna listen to this, but in
Right.
all honesty,
Disclaimer.
I am very lucky. He's a very patient person. Jeepgirlz, I'm sure you know that. He's very patient, understanding. He's kind of a leader and a teacher in his own way in all different aspects of our lives. And so it took me a while. I'm my biggest critic. And so when I fail at something, I'm very hard on myself. I'm like, no, I know I can do this, but I can't because I suck. And he's like, no, 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 you're great. You're great. You can do this. Just take your time, be patient. And I really think that that's what got me into playing these types of games with him, was because he was willing to be patient with me to learn how to do it. And so that's the good part of it, is that we do everything together, and he's just all around amazing, and we always have so much fun when we do things together, especially when it comes to our video games or our VR mostly now. The bad part, he is good at everything he puts his mind to.
Mhm.
And so it's I always want to be able to keep up with him, but sometimes I always feel like I'm the caboose of the train. Like he's the big hefty steam engine leading the charge, and I'm just at the back doing what I can to keep up, you know?
But like in every system, there is a head and there is a tail, if you wanted to call it that. But without one or the other, it could not it could not work as solid as it does.
that's true.
True.
That's true.
Please
And
see
you
that.
guys have taken Cookie Commanders from being just an Echo Arena game, and just an Echo Arena team, I should say, to being an entire community. And now you guys are community leaders of this incredible group of people who do all sorts of things. What else do you guys do over there?
Oh man. Well, every Sunday we host cookie games. It's basically Echo Arena with a twist. So every week we do something different. One of our most popular ones is Cookies Lost in Space, and so you go in and you play regular Echo Arena, except you're not allowed to use your wrist boosters or your back thruster. So it really just helps you hone in on specific skills each week, just to overall like improve your gameplay. And that's something that I absolutely love that we have brought to our community of amazing Echo units.
Right, but you've also expanded recently, and you guys are doing like all sorts of things. I see regular postings for a variety of games. And do y'all do anything other than VR, or is it just virtual reality at this point?
So at this point, it's just virtual reality. We do have a lot of other like channels inside our server to promote us all getting together to play other games. We've been looking at other places that we can go as the team of cookie commanders, so that we can still play together after the sunset. But I have heard some pretty promising things about Hex VR, so
Yeah, I have too.
well, I just want to drop that little carrot in here real quick. But no, we've been checking out other games like Hyperdash is you can have 5 people on your team at a time. You can load private lobbies. They have a league, I believe, for Hyperdash. My only concern with that is I still get a little motion sick in some of these locomotion games. So we haven't really found where we're going to go and call home yet, but we do try to include everyone in the community in games other than Echo because it's as amazing as it is. uh, you don't want to play it all the time. So we do
Mhm.
walk about mini golf with our friends regularly. Uh, Gosh, what other games?
I
Demio.
see. Yeah, Demio. I was looking on your Discord. Gun Raiders, Beat Saber, Ultimate. I mean, you have a wide range of whatever anybody's going to like. Is there a small group of community members that are within each one of these channels?
So we're trying to build those up. A lot of those channels are still pretty new to the server. I know that Demio and Among Us are probably our two biggest channels other than Echo
Mhm.
as of right now. But we've all been trying to explore other games that we can play together.
That's
Um,
great.
and so we're, branching out and we don't want to just go play by ourselves or with a bunch of random people. And we love the people that we've met um, that are in our community. And so we just want to be able to spend more time with them
I
outside of
like that.
Echo.
Yeah, that's really
Which
cool.
is what we should have been doing all along is, they always say don't put your eggs into one basket, which is really hard not to do. Um, but I love that this is forcing us. And I love what you said earlier about when the sun sets. We all know what that means. But we're preparing for that and taking those options in other avenues. And we might find a love in another place, and without your community branching out like you have with all of these limbs, we may never have known. So congratulations, good job for you for doing that. And that's a lot of work within your Discord. It takes a lot of manpower, free time. And how do you manage that?
Well, luckily, my husband and I both work from home, so we have found a lot of new extra time on our hands to focus on things other than the nitty gritty real life grind of being able to pay your bills and eat.
Yes.
So
Yeah, most
overrated.
important thing. No, it is,
So
isn't it?
overrated.
Why?
Can I just
Yeah.
game all day? Can somebody just find me a job that I can just play video games all day long? That would be lovely.
Hey, I
Raise
would
your
take that
hand
job.
if you've already looked for gaming payable jobs. I know I have.
With
Anyone
no
else?
coding background whatsoever. Yeah, hand raised over here. Oh, no, yeah, right? I think I need to somebody come up with a job that just
Mm,
allows me to try out games as a newbie and tell you how difficult it is as a new player to navigate your communities and your games. Like
I'm
that's what I need to
down.
do.
I'm down for that. That would work for me. But
That's
Queen,
amazing.
you raise so many you are my inspiration. So listen, Jeepsy, listen to what I've heard her say. They as a married couple, they are living together, stay at home, work together, game together, and build a community together. I think this needs to turn into relationships 101. That's what I
Oh,
need
that's
to
not all. They also play real life sports together.
tell me more.
Oh, real life sports. I'm not sure what you're
Oh,
talking
yes, you
about.
know. Well, ultimate frisbee is considered a sport at this point.
Oh, disc golf. Yes.
Disc golf. There you go. That's what it is. Disc golf.
Yeah. So when J-Dub and I first decided to give this time around, our second time around, a go, um, he called me and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Literally nothing." And he's like, "Oh, me and my friends are going to this disc golf course in Arvada. It's a beautiful day. You should come." And I was like, "Sure." And I just walked through the park while him and his friends were throwing these frisbees at a basket with chains in it. And they're all like, "Oh, come on, give it a try. You're gonna love it. Give it a try." And I was like, "No, I don't know, man." And they all just kept rooting me on and, telling me you can do this. And they were teaching me how to do this. It was kind of how I felt when I first met all these amazing people in Echo. They were just like, "I believe in you. You can do this. This is how you do it. And if you just take your time and do it over and over again, then you're going to get good at it." And so I gave it a shot. And yeah, we've been playing disc golf together practically our whole 10-year relationship. So
That is amazing.
Yeah, couples goals, no doubt.
we
I can't
For
get my husband to
sure.
put on a headset. Like, he gets, bless his heart, I feel so incredibly bad for him. We all, my entire family plays this wild game and or VR games just in general. We've got 4 quests in the house. The Quest 2, we've got a Rift S, and then we've got probably 6 CV1s at this point around our house.
Wow.
And for my husband's birthday last year, we bought him his own Quest. We were like, "Hey, get in here with us, and let's find something that we can play together." And he put it on, and he went into Echo Arena, and he got so dizzy that he was seasick for days, and
Oh
took it
no.
off and never touched it again. He was
Oh,
like,
poor
"Nope,
thing.
nope, I'm good."
Poor thing.
So, yeah, that's really cool that you guys have that you can do together. Now, Queen Maddie Love, within your community of cookie commanders over there, you have a lot of females in the group also that are
Yes.
fantastic. Like we said earlier, Hotbox Baby being one of them, who's hanging out with us in the Twitch chat. What challenges have you faced being a female gamer and the community leader at the same time? Like, have you had any issues with that?
I mean, we can all relate to the being a girl in a public game setting kind of thing. The moment we speak,
Hmm.
there's a handful of those male players who want to call us derogatory names and tell us to go make them a sandwich. Like, you don't think I'm gonna sprinkle something in there? Okay. Um, the biggest thing for me was when we first started doing cookie games and building our community here, was that there were some people involved in our server that wouldn't respect me as not only the server owner but a moderator
Mhm.
in our weekly cookie games, and they just would ignore me and they wouldn't listen to me and they'd argue with me, and then they would go talk to Jada with a totally like be totally respectful. And that was probably my biggest thing, was that like, hey, I worked really hard to bring this here for you guys to participate in, like, just please show me a little bit of respect. So there's that. And also it's holding my tongue when I run into situations like that still in, say, pubs,
Hmm.
or people who are new to my server that don't know that I'm, the reason the server exists.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's definitely a challenge. And it's one of those things. I don't know how you feel about it, and Lolly, I know you're deeply involved in several communities as well, in the leadership aspect. It's weird that sometimes we have to build that assertion. We shouldn't have to
Yes.
do that. Like, it should just be a given. This is the server owner or this is a moderator. They're respected. Period. End of story.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
really bizarre to me that we have to establish that. I the other night in a match that I was playing, I was somewhere. I don't even remember which game it was, and I hear this kid go, "She sounds like my teacher."
But I am.
And he was
You're getting an
nice. I
F.
mean, he was. I know. I'm like, well, I was a teacher, so okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense. But um, it's really weird that we have to assert that level of you're going to listen or you're not going to be here. Like, just period,
Hmm.
end of story. And I was really, really tough on that when we first started one of our communities. Very, very tough. There was no cursing allowed. There was nothing. I mean, it was a very tightly run group, and it flourished for a very long time. And I don't know how much of that was due to the fact that it was very tightly run, but I would like to think that it was a lot because people felt safe there and they knew people weren't going to make fun of them there, and they knew that, you know, it was going to be a clean, wholesome environment and they could hang out there. And I made a lot of friends through that. So kudos to you for holding it down the fort over there at Cookie Commanders and helping that grow, and giving people a place that they can call home. That's really cool.
Well, thank you. It was a lot of work, especially weeding out the toxic ones and the ones that just don't care about anything but themselves. But we did it, and honestly, we've built an amazing group of cookie game moderators that also help us moderate the server as well. So we wouldn't have been able to make it as far as we did without their help.
And what I've noticed is that you are very consistent. This is not a new team that we are talking about, and a lot of your players have stuck with you throughout the seasons. So tell me about your first season as Cookie Commanders, and when was that?
Oh man. So Cookie Commanders formed for the Party League, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, VRPL. And that was a tough season because we went in as brand new players and there was no real MMR setup to keep the games even. And we got our butts kicked left and right. And we just tried to keep a positive mindset and be like, hey, we can learn from this and we can get better at the game from this. Um, and I believe that was about the same time as we found Freshman Frenzy, which is where we met Jeepgirlz.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
J-Dub and Jeepgirlz were on the same team, coached by one of my current cookie commanders, Hyena Dragon.
Yes, we were.
nice.
We were been friends
So
ever since too.
yeah, yeah, and I had a lot of inspiration for the Cookie Commanders community from the Freshman Frenzy group, which what was that? Was that through Tyro? I want to say that was through Tyro. Was it through Tyro?
No, it was Wreck Your Shit had put it on.
Ah, okay,
Remember him?
okay.
Great dude indeed.
Okay. Because there was that, and then I don't remember how I got introduced to Tyro NA, but that community, I was just like, wow, look at this. This is amazing. We could do something like this of our own on obviously a smaller scale. But
But you guys are doing well.
yeah,
You've got over 300 members.
we do. We do. We jump above 300, we dip below 300. So yeah, I would say we're right about 300 members just consistently for at least the last year. And it's been a lot of fun. I know our first VRML season was season 4, and three of us are still from that same roster. I'm gonna throw Jay Steele in here. Jay Steelman has been amazing.
Mhm.
He's such a cool guy. He has a family, he works full time, and yet he's always on just having a good time and giving people laughs, and his skills have improved, and I would not want to have a Cookie Commander team without him. No offense to
That
any of
is
my other
awesome.
cookies. I love you all.
Right. But if any of us who have been on a Vermal team know how hard it is to keep your team active, together, involved, not only for one season, but for 4 seasons,
Yeah, that's wild.
that is a record. That is a definite record. And to have three of the original members of, that's 50% of your team for 4 seasons together, knowing that in season four, your MMR, I've got your stats pulled up, was 1140, which compared to right now, mid-season in the 1200s, ecstatic, just doing wonderful. So tell me about this season. How is this season rounding out for you? Season 7.
Oh, so this season has been a little hit or miss. I believe we're pretty even on our wins and losses. We have just been having a tough time with availability. And at the very beginning of the season, we had picked somebody to come on the team, and then they decided they wanted to leave. And I'm not going to name names or say anything, but
Mhm.
I was pretty upset about it.
Yeah,
uh, I
yeah,
have I have this problem where I get kind of attached to people, and like when I care about you, I don't want you to leave.
yeah. Yeah.
And so it honestly it ended up working out because our lineup right now, our newest member, his name is Formline. He's young, but if he didn't tell you his age, you would have no idea. And he's just such a respectful kid. He's good at the game. He's a quick learner. And he's a lot of fun. So we've just been trying to keep our heads up through all the news of the sunset and just try to still go out there and have a good time, because that's really what it's about, is
It
having
is.
fun with the people that you care about, like life in general. Like you should just be out there creating experiences and making memories with the people that mean something to you. So I feel like putting that inside the game is equally as important as day-to-day life.
And
Absolutely.
that's the thing about communities that you build, right? Is just because one specific game is not there anymore does not mean that that community is over. Like I fully expect to be
Yes.
heavily active in Cookie Commanders, come September of this year, still, and keep moving forward. Hopefully, a little more active than I have been able to be, but you guys have always shown me great love, and I really appreciate the things that you do for the community and helping it grow and giving people that place, that safe place that's fun, and there's always somebody to talk to and always something to do, and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning and I can post something and somebody in there
Yes.
responds to me, and that is so cool.
You're never alone. And
Yep.
I have to pull out, you have another great member, Hotbox Baby.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but uh, Hotbox Baby and I have been looking at other games together. But what another wonderful individual player that you have on your team. And I think that that just shows the quality of players that you choose. So tell me a little bit about how you choose the type of players you do for your team to balance.
Well, with Hotbox, with her specifically, we just vibed. Like it wasn't,
Yes,
she's an amazing player. She was a captain on another team previously. I loved her personality, and I loved how she can just always keep it real, but still be respectful at the same time. And that's something that's really important to me in game and in real life. Is just not being afraid to be who you are, while also not being a crappy human being. And
yes.
so I really loved that about her. And that was a big reason that we decided to go with her over another member that one season. Was just, she's amazing. She's so much fun to be around. She's
I
just
agree.
so. And when it comes to picking, I mean, it's really just about how you hold yourself. Like, yeah, skill kind of matters. Like, I would probably wouldn't choose someone who's like brand new to the game and doesn't know how to rate grab or can't shoot a three to save their life. But at the same
Hmm.
time, that's not really what it comes down to. It comes down to, are you fun? Are you a fun person? Are you a happy person? Can you keep a positive mindset? Can you
Absolutely.
laugh in the face of defeat? Like, how it's how you hold yourself and how you respond in tough situations. And that's how I pick my friends in real life too, actually. So if you can't hang, then you can't hang. I'm very blunt. I'm a very blunt person. I've always been that way. But I also try my best not to be mean, um unless necessary. I guess
I have
mean isn't
not
the
seen you
right
mean.
word.
I have
Yeah.
not. Never.
I've seen her
Never.
mad. I've seen her mad, but I haven't seen her mean. Like she's never been mean to me. I've seen her
There
upset
you
with
go.
people before. She's definitely
Yeah.
somebody that you want on your you want to have your back. So,
Oh, well,
yeah.
I will definitely show up. I have a baseball bat and a shovel in my trunk.
Yeah, I feel like you're the kind of person I could call and go, Queen Maddie, I need you.
Let's go.
I can't tell you why. I just need you, and you'd be like, all right, let's go.
It'd be
Let's
like,
go.
when and where, let's go.
Oh, and Hotbox, baby. Yeah, coming in. Of course, Hotbox is sending a message that says, I'll pull up too. I know you would. I know it. Oh my goodness. I had the joy, Lolly, of getting to play Walkabout Mini Golf with Cookie Commanders recently, and
Yeah.
it was so much fun. We laughed so hard, and it was just a great time. Fantastic people to be around. I absolutely agree. Now,
I
Queen,
agree. One of the Go ahead. I'm
no, go
sorry.
ahead. One of the what?
One of the phrases that Hotbox Baby always tells me. She says, Lolly, that's why we can't have nice things. Because she is the leader in all of these games that we play, PC or VR. And then I go with whatever she says. And whenever I mess up, you know what her words of encouragement are, Lolly, this is why we can't have good things. So I have to throw that out there. Anytime you need to use that phrase, just hotbox baby it. There you go.
Hotbox baby it. Now, Queen Maddie, what kind of advice would you give to any younger girls who might hear this down the road and who are interested in gaming and specifically into VR gaming? What would you encourage them to do?
You know, I think one of my favorite comebacks to the toxic boys who tell me to go make a sandwich or to shut my mouth or whatever is that, sounds like your mom didn't hug you enough. Do you need a hug?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or are you okay? Like, are you legitimately okay?
Yeah. Yeah, like are you
Yeah.
okay? It's really just it's stay strong, like in the world even like I understand that today's world is a little bit more accepting of people and their life choices and their skills and their weaknesses and that's great but we grew up in a different era and we had to just get up and dust the dirt off and keep going. We had to stay strong and hold our head high and be proud of who we are as women, um, to just keep going and make those achievements and just follow your dreams and go for it. And so you just really have to stay strong and believe in who you are and don't let other people's words bring you down.
Well
Those are
said.
just words.
Well said. Well said. We need to print that. We need to print it. Print it on a t-shirt, girl. Nice.
Now, here's something that's interesting, and some people aren't going to like that I bring this up. It's not always the boys. There are some mean girls in gaming.
I
Mean
ran
girls.
into that.
You have
I have
not
ran into
really?
that. I have. I
Oh, you
have.
have. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there. That's the way it is in real life too. You're gonna find people who are nice. There are plenty of males and of men that I have become extremely good friends with. Like you said, J Dub is a great example. Who I value his opinion, and I'll ask him about things, and we chat and we play games, and um, definitely very much a solid person in my VR life, as both of you are. But what do you say to girls who it's not the boys, it's the mean girls who are, being mean because they're not as good of a player as they are, or any of that kind of thing?
Well, honestly, I tell them they need to tone it down a notch. I'm not going to name names, but very recently, just a couple of months ago, I had invited some people for a mixed scrim and we needed one more. And so someone had invited this person in and we had someone in the mixed scrim that was still very new to the game in
Mm.
general, who we were trying to teach the ropes of regrabbing. Okay. And she came in and she was very mean and she was saying some harsh things to this player who was still very new to the game. And so I was just like, hey, girl, you need to tone it down a notch. Like, this is an all inclusive game here. And if you don't want to be a part of that and help this person learn, then you need to leave.
Right.
Agreed.
And that's part of the reason we have things like VRGL, right? Our purpose
Mhm.
is to provide them a place. And we have a lot of younger girls that are in there that, well, not younger girls, but younger adults and some teenagers and that kind of thing, who are new to, not necessarily new to gaming, but who, if we can teach them and encourage them and continue to move them along in a way that teaches them to be nice to other gamers, be it female
Yes.
or male, we have that. We've developed a community that can do that, and that we can continue to do that, and before you know it, we'll have a nice group of very solid people who are the base of the community, and then it can continue to grow from there.
I agree. And I think Queen Maddie, you are a good example for those type of young ladies. There's many of them, and I think more people need to hold that example of what women or females in gaming or VR needs to look like: supportive, um, leaders and equal within an arena or equal within a game. I do believe that there's strong individual female players like yourself.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. I remember a time way back when I would have been one of those girls that showed up in a Call of Duty lobby and just gave up the moment I opened my mouth and got the responses after they heard I was a girl, you know.
Yes,
And it took a lot of life to get me to where I'm at, but I'm just happy to be a part of something that can help encourage other people to just be better in general, to be better
job well
people.
done.
So,
I think that you're a prime example for what you're leading. And I'm not just saying that because you're here on a guest. I've known you for 2 seasons now, and your modeling is top notch. So continue doing what you're doing.
thank
Yeah,
you.
I
Thank
completely
you.
agree. I mean, you're definitely one of those people who you always have uh the backs of whoever needs it when they need it, and you're always there. And I've seen you put many people in their place, and it's phenomenal, and it's admirable, in fact. So kudos for that. Now, we're gonna go with some off the cuffness here. I want to know where you think and where you hope VR is going.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I I have been following not too religiously because I have been busy with other things lately, but I've been following all these new VR headsets that are coming out, and I think they're amazing. They're making them more lightweight. They're making them, there's one that's out right now that's completely hand tracking. Like there's no controllers that go with it, and I love that. I think that it is really going to blow up as long as they keep the price point right. Uh, like
Mm,
I'm going to throw this out there. When they released the Quest Pro, they launched it at $1,500, and I watched
yeah,
their stock plummet
Mhm.
because people don't want to spend $1,500 on
right.
gaming equipment like that unless you're building a custom PC and an entire gaming room with cool cloud light up ceilings and stuff, which I've seen and I love. You do you, boo. Um, but the price point with the Quest was really what convinced me to do it. Like, yes, it blew my mind, but I had an extra $700 to buy a couple headsets, and so I feel like this is definitely the future of gaming, as long as these developers, these technology developers, keep it in a reasonable price range so that it can be an all-inclusive community.
Now, do you plan on getting another headset, a different headset?
I'm not sure. I have been holding out for the Quest 3. I am not the biggest fan of Meta and the things that Meta is doing right now, but that's a whole nother topic.
Mhm.
I'm honestly, I'm not sure. What I want to see is AR.
Yes.
I am a bit of an anime nerd here.
Mhm.
So there was this amazing anime called Sword Art Online, and they had nerve gear, which is a little nerve-wracking, haha, pun intended. But in their second season, they had these AR glasses, and these kids would go to a park in real, like outside in the sunlight, and they would turn on their glasses and fight monsters. I want to go to a park dressed in my gear because I'm a nerd, and I want to fight a dragon in the daylight. Like that's what I want.
I think
That's what
that's
I want to see in my lifetime.
fantastic and amazing, and I want to do that too. I gotta be honest. I could see a whole pile of us in a giant field
I
slaying
would,
dragons. I would be all over it. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
dude. I would
I
cosplay at the park to slay a dragon.
I have seen a few things, and I'm gonna have to dig into it because now you've got me curious about the combination of some AR and VR. And I know that it's out there, and I know that it's kind of starting to edge this way, which is really exciting. And oh, I think as far as it has come in the short time that VR has really been an active thing, I have a feeling the next 5 years for VR is going to be insane. So I hope I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun to watch Indeed. Is there a specific game? Have you been watching any of the new games that are coming out? Is there something that you're excited to try?
You know, I haven't. So I recently got a new Quest 2, and they gave me a couple free games with it. You know, they upped the price to $400, and so they're throwing in free. They threw in Golf Plus, which is like, nah, you know, I might play with Jay Steele sometime. He loves golf, and you know, we love Jay Steele, so. But
Mhm.
they threw in a game called Space Pirate Trainer. The thing that interests me about Space Pirate Trainer is that you have to have a play space of 30 feet by 30 feet in order to activate their
Oh,
arena mode. And in the arena
wow.
mode, so let's say you go to like a rec center and you go to the basketball court and you set up this giant play space. It puts up virtual like obstacles, and then it's kind of like a shootout, but you're actually moving. You're not using the joystick to move. You're not teleport moving. You're actually moving in real life to fight through this arena. And so I'm super interested in that. And if they make more games like that where I'm actually physically moving my body while I'm playing these
Mhm.
games, I'm 100% down. I'm a very active person. So I want to see a lot more things like that.
Wow. I would be looking forward to seeing that as well.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
One more thing, Gypsy, before we go, has to sing us the Cookie Commander's song. You knew I was going to say it.
You know, it's funny. I'm eating a cookie right now.
Yes.
Wait. Which
Yes.
kind? Which kind?
Oh, it's chocolate chip. They were buy one get one free at the store today.
Yum,
Absolutely.
yum.
So I
Those are
have
the
more
best.
cookies than I know what to do with.
Go for
Uh,
it. We need to hear it.
oh my gosh. All right. Well, the chorus is hands up, hands down. Put the cookie in the milk. Twirl it all around. Twirl it all around.
That's amazing.
Yes, girl.
I love
We
it so
do that
much.
in the arena and we love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope that stays also as Cookie Commanders continue to progress and to grow. The community of Cookie Commanders, I should say, continues to move forward. I hope that you guys hold true to that and continue to be the fun, incredible place that you are. So, do you have any parting words for us tonight, Queen Maddie Love?
Thanks so much for having me. And I just want to say that you ladies are amazing. And I love what you're out here doing for the Echo community and just honestly the VR community in general. And for this Girls League community that you guys have brought together, I love it. And just keep being amazing. So thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you. All right, well, that is it for the evening. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you soon, next week, in fact. Thanks for tuning in to VRGL Got Game, where we celebrate and empower gamers of all genders. We hope you found today's discussion informative and entertaining. Until next time, keep on gaming and supporting the diverse and talented individuals in this industry. Stay tuned. The game goes on.